So, hey guys, this time I'm going to try something different. Okay, I'm going to follow one of my repos, Angular 6 Firestore, and I will show you how to create that from scratch. Okay, so I have this installation of Angular. So you should already know how to start Angular. If not, let's go to Angular. No, Angular has no. This is something we will take a look later. So you need to install. Sorry, it's the Angular CLI. Okay. You need to install this using npm install -g Angular CLI, and you will be able to create your Angular project using ng-new and the name of the project, and that's it. Something like, let me show you. I already have this created, as I said, but you would do something like ng-new and my project. If I can type my project, and that's all for now. Okay, just hit enter, and on any folder you want, you will create a little installation of Angular. Okay, so let's open this with code, and we can even git bash this and just say ng-serve to open in the browser. So this will be like a little tutorial. I will be using Firebase, okay, because it's easier to show you CRUD functionality with that. But in this case, yeah, let's see how this goes, and then I'll add something like, min stack or something like that, a full tutorial, because I already have something that was planning for a code review. But let's see. This shouldn't take that long, but let's wait. So let's hit the docs. You can check here tutorials, application shell. So in case you want to check out the documentation. Okay, but we will do something here. So okay, this thing is starting, and let's close this, and we will check that later since we will need routing. I didn't install the routing, so you can create a application with routing from scratch using just the console, but I will create that using the using just the commands, so you can see how it's created inside the project. Okay, so okay, that is already on. I try to make this one slower, just take my time. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm just going to follow one of my repos. So this is inside HTTP localhost 482,000. Okay, you will get this page, and okay, let's keep this here. Let's move this to my other screen, and let's open the console just for. Okay, here you will see any problem. So let's take a look at this. First, what I need is okay, I'm not going to create a service yet. Well, yeah, I need to create a service, yeah, just to have it there. So here inside our git bash or console, Let's Control C to cancel everything, and let's say ng generate, okay, service or S, and it's going to be Firebase. It's going to append the word service at the end, so it's going to be Firebase service. Okay, so let's hit ng serve, or in case you are using git bash, just hit the arrows, okay, the top arrow, and you will get your latest commands. I think it's the same with the command prompt on Windows. This is on Windows, as you can see. So let's move this to the other side, and it's starting again. You will see it's telling us that it's not connected, so it's still starting. But now we have something else inside the app, and you can see it's marked with two changes: the service.ts and the spec. Okay, in this case, or in this version of Angular, we don't need to add the service into the component, the module, I mean. Okay, this is the main central of the application, but you can still add modules to other parts of your applications. You will see that when we hit lazy loading, that we will do in this project. Okay, so I think I will release this first part and take it easy and continue with that. Or I don't know if I'm going to just continue and finish it. I think I will try to finish it today, okay, in one single run. So let's continue. Okay, so we're back again, and let's change. Okay, but there's something missing, right? We already have the service, but there's something missing. So let's go to package.json. You will see here what we have installed, okay, but here we don't have the AngularFire that is going to allow us to access Firebase. So let's go to AngularFire. Nope, not Angular. AngularFire. Okay, AngularFire2. And so how this thing is installed, you will need to run npm install. It's going to install Firebase and AngularFire. Okay, so let's copy this, hit cancel, and paste. Okay, didn't copy that. Let's copy that, paste, and enter. So let's wait to be installed, and here you can see how you can use, for example, in this case, Angular Firestore. This is inside the component, okay, not the module. And here, up here, there are, where are those? Well, installation of setup, let's see. So, okay, this is how you will install the CLI, and you can follow this. Okay, we will follow with this one, but let's wait for this to be installed. I don't know what's going on, it's taking too long. Okay. Let's wait for this. This shouldn't take that long. I don't know if something is eating my resources. Usually this is why I don't want to, because I don't want to edit, and you know, I barely have time, and I didn't feel like creating a full tutorial, mostly because of bugs and things like that. You know, this kind of installations that sometimes they seem to take longer to access npm or to download the packages. Okay, it's okay. So that's why. Okay, let's hit the up arrow, serve, and right now we have, I think, everything for now to start creating our service. We're going to create our service first. Okay, we're not going to mess with this until we have. No, well, yeah. Let's see. I need to get used to this kind of tutorials. So let's go to app module. What I say here on AngularFire is that we need the AngularFire module from AngularFire. Let's Control C that, Control copy and paste it. So let's add something here to AngularFire. Okay. And what we're going to use now is Firestore. So let's import Firestore module. Okay. And in this case, they're importing AngularFire storage. We will not use that, but we need to initialize our app. Okay. So let's copy this, and this is on imports. We need the Fire module too. Okay, and this is telling us that we cannot it cannot access this environment. So let's say environment and import from where is it? Let me check something. Do they have? Yeah, okay. Just let me get this instead of failing to import that. Okay, what the hell? Okay, so it's going to say now that we don't have this Firebase object. Let's go to environments. Let's go to environment TS and let's add Firebase. Okay, this is going to be an object, and here we will get our keys. So let's go to Firebase, go to console, Ionic, well, okay, let's create a new project. It's going to be Angular Firebase 2, everything, okay, Firebase 2, okay, to create a project, except you need to have an account, a Google account, and create project. Let's wait for that to be created. Okay, finalizing. Okay, project is done, created, and let's create a database. First of all, create a Firestore database. You can also create a real-time database. In case you want something, you know, a tutorial about real-time database, you can ask, and I will create one, also using Angular. I think I'm going to focus here on more Angular and not technologies in this channel. Some things about React, you know, but mostly front end with Angular and back end with Node, maybe using Firebase, Mongo, CouchDB, things like that. So we can add a collection, but we don't need that right now. So let's go to, okay, our application. Oh, we need the, let's go to project configuration, to web. Nope, sorry, this is not it. It's on, nope, is on overview, I think. Yep, here, web, freemium. Oh, so they changed this. Okay, this is going to be my first time using this. So this is a nickname. Let's see, Firebase 2, Angular Firebase. Also set up, no, register application. Okay, they changed this, so it's more personalized, I think. So we need to copy this. Okay, so you will get, in case you haven't used Firebase in a while. Okay, what? Okay, now it's telling me, okay, I can find that Firebase. Let's remove this shit app name. We don't need that. And okay, it's recompiling. Everything seems to be working. And go to the console. So Planet Spark is, just let me check. Okay, so this is, in case you see this, don't be scared. This is USD, 0 USD the month, so it's free. Okay, so let's keep moving. We already have. Okay, let me check my repo. This is going to be a little chill tutorial. So let's go to my service. I just follow that. Okay, so we already have the service. We already have everything installed inside our app module. We have AngularFire module and Angular Firestore. So inside, in this case, I don't think we need anything else inside the providers. Nope. Okay, so let's just keep moving. So what we need here? Here we need to import. This is our service, okay? Firebase service.ts. Let's close the environment. And we need to import here. Let me copy this and paste this. You will always do this. Okay, so there's no need to type it. We need to import Angular Firestore from Firestore. Okay, and we need to add the instance here. Private Firestore is going to be Angular Firestore. I'm not going to add any typing so you don't get confused. Okay, just going to add the pure variables. Okay, so we have that. What else we need to do? We're going to test if we can get anything from Firestore. Okay, so get Firestore data. So this is going to be a public function. The name is going to be get data, and we will return this Firestore that collection. Okay, that what we're going to do is add some posts, maybe. Sorry, this is not it. It's posts. It's just the name of the collection, and maybe just a snapshot changes just to have the ID. Okay, so we're going to return with this function the collection. Okay, with all the information it has. The collection will be named posts, so we can come back here and add to our database a collection called posts. Next, this one is going to have a title. It's going to be a string with the first value is going to be first or test post. The next one is going to be body, and it's going to be body of the test post. Okay, so let's save that. ID is added automatically. Okay, so this is our first post. This is going to be, I'm not going to add an interface, you can check that later. So just to get the bare bones, of the full application, you can add typing and all that. This is why you should be using TypeScript for the typings. But I'm not going to add that, just for you to understand how everything works, okay, with Firebase and Angular. And maybe we can add later another video adding the typings, the interfaces, and all that. So this is going to return this. You can also do, if I'm not mistaken, let's say post collection. It's going to be any right now, okay, and instead of doing return, we're going to do this that Firestore, no, this that post collection is going to be equal to this Firestore collection, and we're going to return here this that post collection. Okay, so every time the constructor is added, we're going to say this that get data that is going to return these post collections. Okay, so these post collections is going to be populated with whatever response inside the post collection. Okay, so let's go to app module, app component. Let's remove all this and let's add a header h1, maybe all this inside a container, div class container. Okay, let me copy this, let me paste that here. It's going to, right now we're just going to test. Yeah, we're going to test right now. Okay, so this is going to be a div. No. Okay, this is going to be my main application. So let's say header Angular Firebase posts. Let's save that. Okay, we can see the title. Let's come back here and let's create another component. Control C, ng generate component. That is going to be main component. Let's click enter. Okay, so let's hit the up arrow with ng serve and let's serve the application again. So why we are going to, or why I added this main component, because this is where I'm going to insert all our posts. Okay, I'm going to add routing. So let's check how we can add routing. Angular routing navigation. Meanwhile, let me check something on my other screen, because I'm going to copy the structure. No, this is not it. Okay. So I'm just looking for I think this is not it. Lol. Oh, it took me right straight to the Angular navigation. Routing and navigation. Is it the same? Nope. Okay. we're going to create a routing module. For example, the following command generates an ng module that can use routing. Okay, routing, refactor routing configuration into a routing module. Okay, so let's create this one inside our application module, and let's Control-C this, paste that command, and let's hit enter. It's going to create the module. Let's serve again. Let's wait for it to be online again, and let's see what it added. Okay, let me close this. App routing module. Okay, it added this app routing module. So I'm going to change some things, but I will explain why and what. I'm going to use, okay, let me copy all this. This is on my repo, okay? AngularFire2 Firestore blob master and app routing module.ts. Let me copy all that and let me paste it, okay? So you will see that it's going to require some components. Is this thing using, wait, let me check, because I don't want to, nope. Okay, let me move on to another repo, because I want to show you lazy loading. You will be working with lazy loading like 98% of the times. So let's hit Angular material maybe. This is the repo, source, app, routing module TS. Okay, let me just copy this, paste that. Forgot to copy the export. Okay, it's the same app routing module. So in this case, we're going to have some routes. We're going to define some routes, and this syntax is about lazy loading. Okay, so we're going to fix this. But first of all, we need to add some things inside our main. Okay, that, let me check. All this is inside my repo, so I'm just copying the repo. Okay, so we need to add this main dash routing that module .ts and another file that is main that module .ts. So this routing main routing that module .ts is going to contain this configuration. Is going to import the main component from main component, that is the component we are going to use. Okay, all this is imported the routing and the ng module. Now we create this path. This path is going to be the same for everything, okay, for every module we create, because we're going to add the specification on our component, on our routing or main routing that I can see. Okay, this one. So we're going to export this main routing module. Okay, you just need to copy this. You don't need to get much into the details. It's everything that is coming here is going to be exported. Okay, so let's go to main module TS and let me add the imports, regular imports. Okay, I don't like this spacing. It's the same. It's going to import ng module, common module that adds you know, ng if, ng for, because when you're using lazy routing, you need to import this common module. if you want to use ngIf, ng for, and all these things, since we need to import them inside our lazy route in order to work, because although it should work, due to some things that I'm not sure how to explain, you need to tell them again that you really want to use this common module. Okay, so this is the we're going to import main component. This is not showing me any error because it's the same name as I have here, the main component. So you will see what you need to change later when I add another component. So we're going to export main module. If you need to add something else, you will need to add it here for this component to use it, or create a share folder like what I have on my Angular material that adds all the modules to all the loaded components. But we will see that later. Okay, let's save this, and there's an error that it says cannot find module, main module. Okay, let me Control C and ngserve again. No resolve module add post add. Okay, inside routing module TS. Okay, I can see the problem. Let me save this. It wasn't saved because we don't have this thing yet. Let's recompile. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, and now we see on count error on count in promise type main component is part of the declaration of two modules. Why? Because let me go to a module. We have main component here, but inside our routing we specified also the main component. Okay, inside our module we specify this main component that is the same, that is being added on our app module. So what we need to do is to delete, not delete the file, delete this and delete this. Save. Okay, it compiled successfully and now we can see that. But you might be asking why we can't see anything here. So let's go to main routing. We should be able to see this, right? So let's go to our app HTML and let's add the router outlet. Okay, that's going to serve the lazy loaded components depending on the URL. So in this case, when we hit this, the root is going to load this child component that is our main component. Okay, you specify the folder, the module that is main module, and the name of that class exported. So it's main inside main folder, main module inside this file, and the hash main module that is the name we're exporting. Okay, okay, so let me close this. We have this. So main is working. Let's go to main component and import right away or service from, let me close this right away. Nope, it's one up Firebase service, and what is its name is Firebase service. So let's add to our constructor private Firebase service, to not be confused with the Firebase regular service. It's going to be type Firebase service. Okay, and on our ng init we're going to return or this stat Firebase service stat post collection. Let's just console that. No, let me add another one here. Posts, it's going to be any, and this stat posts is going to be this Firebase post collection. And let's say console.log this stat posts. Okay, it's returning an observable. Okay, so it's returning something. It's hitting our Firebase collection. Remember that it needs to have this name. Let me go to the service. We don't need this one here anymore. So this is the collection we are looking for. We're getting the changes, but it's returning into this observable on which we need to subscribe to. So how we can subscribe to that? Let's keep this. Let's go to main component HTML, and what can we do here? Let me check this, how it's built. So the way I have it is going to have this AngularFire post on every component. We're going to keep that just like that, and let's say a section, why not? H2, let's say posts, and let's add a div. So class post is going to be ng4 let item of items. So let post of posts. Remember that this posts is coming is this post, okay? It's the same, and this post now has everything or has the response from the collection. So let's see if I can remember how this I think I can remember. So okay, so it says cannot find a differ supporting object. Okay, this is why this is because, sorry, it's returning an object. So we need to loop, or we need to add the, let's say h3. I still don't know how I'm going to make this, but we have this post, and inside this post we have a document, and inside that document we have a payload, and inside that payload we have a data. Okay, and inside that data we have something. Okay, so you support many attributes such as arrays. So this should work post. Okay, let me do something. Oh yeah, because I'm stupid. We need to add async, and this should return now the subscription. Yeah. So we are not subscribing to the collection itself, because we can get no, this is not even the subscription. This is what we are getting from the, let me go to the service. Why is closing my things? This is what we are getting, okay, from the collection, and this is the variable we added here that has the collection. Okay, we can subscribe to these snapshot changes. If I come here and I can subscribe, okay? That's why it's an observable. I can subscribe to that. Let me close this. And I can do the same. I should be able to do the same here, but with Angular, we need to add the async pipe, so Angular subscribes to that, okay, to the observable, this observable, and we don't need to add the subscribe to the function itself. Okay, so this async allows us to subscribe, and also when the component is destroyed, it will unsubscribe, and we will not need to call unsubscribe inside our ng on destroy. Okay, so this is the title, and it says let me read property payload of undefined. So is post that payload that doc, maybe that data, that title. I can't remember this one, so I'm trying different. Okay, so this is the you can see that we are getting test post. I'm even going to remove this. No, I'm going to keep it. So this is the order you need to find, or you need to follow. The payload, the post returns an object. That object has a payload inside, and that has a document inside, and that has a function. Inside that function, we can return the title, that is this title, and the body. Okay, inside that data, we can return anything. So let's say I don't know, a div. Let's add the same thing, post that payload that doc that data that body. Okay, okay, I made a mistake. Body. Okay, body of the test post. So now we need to add should we add it here? Yeah, why not? So it's going to be a add post, maybe with some flexbox. Oh, let's try that. Okay, add h2. So this one is going to be a div. Let's try that. Let's see how it works. There's going to be class post container, and this one is going to be a div. So we can have everything here. You can change it later, so you will have the basics of how to add everything. So let's say posts add a new post. Let's add a form. We need to we need to add a form here, not there, here, lol, here. Okay, so that form is going to allow us to add something to Firebase or Firestore. So inside our main, not CSS, no, okay, we need to import. Let me get, but first we need to import inside our app module. Okay, we need to import the forms. So we need to do two things right now. So let's head to I'm right on my repo. Right now I'm on my repo. We need to import this forms module and reactive form module. Okay, which one you want to use? Anyone? Okay, and let's hit back to our let me check something. As it is, this should not work. Let's add here to the bottom form module and reactive form module. So let's see what happens. Okay, we still don't have anything. And let me come back to my also this was not it. Okay, I'm just checking something. Give me a second. Okay, inside our main component, since we're going to add the form there, we need to import form group, form control, and validators. And let's just copy this, or let's not copy that. Let's actually come back here and say form that is going to be public post form. Let's say that is going to be equal to a new form group. Okay, and we need to have an object inside that, and here we need to pass what we're going to add inside our form. That is going to be title. It's going to be a new, this title is going to be a new form group. No, form group, no, form control. It's not going to have any default value, and it's going to add these validators. Required, it's going to check for this to be required, or I think it's, I don't know if I can add this right here. I can remember. You can check for email, max length, min length, and all that. I think it needs to be inside an array, but we will take a look at that later. So let's check body. It's going to have this body. I'm just going to keep naming the same, okay, as I have here. It doesn't affect, but just to keep in mind that I made a mistake using this body with a lower and uppercase B. So this is going to be the same new form control with no default value, and it's going to check for it to be required, and that's it. That's our form constructor or form group, and we need to add the form here. So let's say form. How am I going to add this? Let me check just for reference. Oh, because this one is using, okay. So let's just add this div control class form control, and input. Let's add the type to be text. This is a default, but let's add it. Placeholder add no post title, and let's add a label, because why not, a name, title, and a form, control name, title, oops, and let's add here for title. Let's remove the placeholder just to keep this thing, you know. You can add a placeholder or the label. I decided to add the label, why not? So post title, let's save that. Okay, post title. Okay, let's copy this label for body. Title is going to be body, but this is not going to be an input, it's going to be a text area. From control body, we don't need this type text, but we do need to close the text area. No, let's keep it like that. Okay, so we have the text area, and we need to add an input type submit value create post, and that's all. Okay, so we can add, we can submit. So let's add actually the form group. There is going to be post, I think it's post. Let me close this. Post form. So let's see what happens. Okay, error. Cannot bind to form groups. It isn't a non-property of form. Okay, just let me check something. I just want to check the syntax. This error, okay, we will see that, but just let me check, because it was using some Angular material things there. And just let me check something. HTML. Okay, it's fine. I just wanted to check that. So give me a second. Yep. So this is happening because although we are importing, sorry, not this one, we are importing reactive forms module, it's not hitting our component. The component doesn't know about that because it's being lazy loaded. Okay, so what we need to do is just copy this, Control C, and let's move to our main module. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, yep, and let's add here forms, and let's add to the imports in case you want to use forms module or reactive forms module. Let's save that. Let's come back here, and you can see now we have everything working. That's the only problem. Well, not problem, but Since it's been lazy loaded, I mean the component, it needs to import inside this main module, or the module we added here inside our component. It needs to know about those packages or those modules, so you need to add them inside the specific component module you require it. So let's continue. So we already have this. We are not uploading anything, even though we have everything. This is just okay. So let's add here or submit. Just let me check that. Okay. So this is ang submit. It's going to be equals to a function that we still don't have that function on our component. So let's say add post, and let's add what we're going to add. The post is post or posts. I don't want to mess this thing. Post. Okay. Post form that value. Every time we hit the submit, we're going to pass all the values that the form has, okay, the title and the body, inside this function. So let's create, or let's Control C, and let's hit post. So it's saying add post is not a function, okay, and that's correct. We don't have that function. Let me close this. We don't require this anymore. Let's close the routing now, and let's only keep working with these three components or these three files. So the error was add post is not a function. So let's add a function. Add post, or we can keep the public add post a console.log, but what we can console, we know we are receiving the form data that is or let's type, let's make this better. We are receiving the post info, okay, because it's coming from the post form. We are receiving the post info that is a type from data. What we're receiving is type from data, and let's say post info. Okay, we're going to console that post info, what is inside our title, and post title. I added that post body, post t body, no, post body, and save that. So whatever we type here, okay, because you might think it's adding the same thing, no, just change that. Okay, so now we have this, and what if we want the form to be resetted? It's going to be this dot post form dot reset. So every time we hit submit, okay, it's going to clear the form. So we have that. Now the time is 1 hour. Okay, I'm trying to take this to make this the slowest possible, so you can see what is going on, because I know you people, you like this kind of tutorials. In case you're starting, of course, people that are on an intermediate, a little more post-intermediate level, advanced level, they don't care about these tutorials unless they are starting with new technologies, so they know how everything works, and they just want to know how to add something. Okay, I usually, if I'm checking something, I'm just in a tutorial, I just add, or I just need to check how to do a specific task, not the whole tutorial. So on a 30-minute tutorial, I check only 1 minute, okay, and use that knowledge to plug in that functionality inside my project. Most of the times you will be using Stacks Overflow instead of tutorials. Okay, since you will need a specific point, okay, you will just look for that, and yeah, you will see once you are more advanced, you will see how that is, and you will leave most tutorials behind. So this is what I'm trying to do in people that are not in a basic level. With my code reviews, I'm just adding the functionality. I'm just showing you how it works, because some people really want that, really need that. Okay, how something just plugs in, how to get a functionality, and they move on. So just keep working. I still have time. So right now we have this, and we are consoling what we have inside our form. Okay, so let's go to a Fire service, and let's say public add post, okay, or create post, for it not to be confused. But remember that we are passing, or we are getting something, so we need this post object, and it's going to be just an object. Let's say console.log that post object. So here inside our main component, we can stop consoling this, and we can say this, since it's with our service, this that, nope, I don't know why it's doing that, this that Firebase service that create post and post info, and let's see what happens. Okay, it's doing the same, it's consoling that. So inside our service, we need to add that. So let me check this, because I don't know if I'm returning in case I'm doing something with the response. It's going to return a response. So okay, this one is using file upload, so let me check. Yeah, I'm using that. Okay, Twitter notification. So let's say what we can do here is not console this, but we actually want to add that. So let's say this that post collection that we should have this add. No, I know why, because I'm using snapshot changes. Okay, so the thing is that I need to remove a snapshot. Okay, I'm not going to bother you with that. So let's just create another instance. This, or let me do this. Post collection underscore posts collection. Let me see if this works. Any this that underscore post collection is going to be equal at this that Firestore that collection posts. No, it's not like that, posts. So right now we should be able to say this, that post collection, that. No, I cannot access that. Okay, let's just keep moving. I don't want to bother with this because I wasn't thinking about returning that, but I ended up returning just a snapshot and not the collection. So if I want, I can just remove this. Let me try something. It's not going to work, but I'm returning the post collection, and now I can say this, that post collection, that I should be able to add post object. Okay, and just let me see if this works so I can. Okay, yep, okay, it wasn't showing me that, but let's just come back here, and I want to use the async. So what if I just add the snapshot changes? Oh, because I'm using the post collection. Okay, well, well, this is odd. So let me think about how to manage this. We're almost at the middle of the tutorial. So post collection, so what this returns? This console log, this stat posts. AngularFire2 collection. I should be able to subscribe to this. So let me check something. This is a Firebase collection, that subscribe X is going to be just to test something. Subscribe is not a function. Okay. Just let me check this, because since it's not showing me, I don't know, maybe if it's because there's an error. You see? It's not showing me that there's an error with this. So what we're going to do then is this stat post. Can I just add the subscribe? I'm deleting the snapshot changes. I just deleted, yeah. Right. Okay, so now you can see how it's returning. I'm returning the snapshot changes from the post collection. Now the post collection is this, that this one is, let me come back here, Angular Firestore collection. This is going to be a type Angular Firestore collection. So this is the collection, and everything should be okay. So I'm returning the collection, and now I can add to that collection. Okay, and this one is being called right when the constructor is, or when this service is implemented. So it happens every time. So now let's remove this spacing and let's continue. So now we can create a post, but from that post we can display something. I should be able to say that then. No, this is not it. So I can only say then inside this. Yep. But then what can I do here? I could just say x. No, sorry. And then console log added. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Let's say post or response. Console log, that log response. So every time I add something, it's going to respond with this reference. Okay. And let's just return. Why is return reference? Let's just return a post added, but oh yeah, I know why it was not working. I'm so fucking stupid because I'm not returning anything from this thing. So let's say return this post collection, and now I can add my then. Since I'm returning this, so let's say, what can I say? Let's say post, because it's going to return a reference. Let's say reference, just to name it something, console.log item, not item, post was added successfully. You can successfully, okay, you can add whatever you want here. Let's just say ref, and add this one here. Or no, let's keep that outside. So let's say second post. This is the second post. Okay, and it's going to return the reference. Okay, let's just remove. Can I remove this? Delete document. Okay. So now we can add and get the posts. Okay, so let's add some comments, get the Firestore data, store the post object. Now what else we need to do? We need to delete somehow this each post. So let's add a button with a click, delete post. Okay, let me check something, because passing from Angular to React and Node, like I do almost every day, I need to make sure that I'm yeah, it's like this, yeah. So this one should get the ID, right? Let me go back. I'm inside of my yep, it needs the ID. But how can I get the ID? Remember that we are passing the snapshot changes. The snapshot changes returns the ID. So let's add, I don't know, a span just to show that. There is going to be post that payload that doc that ID. Okay, this is the ID, and this is the button. Since I forgot to add delete post, so we need to pass that post ID inside here. We still don't have this function inside, so let's say post that doc, no, sorry, that payload that doc that ID. So inside here, let's just create public delete, not the till, delete post, and post ID is going to be a string, and it's going to return this that post collection that doc post ID. Nope, sorry, it's going to add that. No, post ID that delete. Is this a method? Yeah, it's a method. Okay, and I think we can, yeah, we can add that. So we are going to return, so we can use the then inside our component or main component. Let's just save that and go to the main component, and we're going to add this public delete. It's going to have the same name. You can say no say I don't know, my delete function, you know, and just call it like that. But I'm going to say delete post. It's going to have, remember that we are passing the post payload doc ID, that is the ID of the document. So let me check this because I want you to understand. This is the ID of the document, okay? So let's say post ID, passing the same thing, and this one is going to call this, no, not, don't throw anything, this, that, delete, not delete post. I need my service, Firebase service that delete post, and remember that the post, as BS is saying, we need a string, so we're going to pass post ID. That then, now we can use then with the response, and it's going to say console.log the document was deleted successfully. But don't forget that. Okay, now we can say here catch error. If there's an error, what the hell? If there's an error, console.log error or error. Okay, so let's add this also inside here, the catch. It's going to tell us if there's an error on the application. So console.log the same error, nope, and error. Okay. Okay, so we can delete the post right now. Let's delete this one. Property doc of undefined. Okay. Let me check what is going on. Oh yeah, I'm not calling it inside the delete post. Okay, you can spot the problem, right? payload. Okay, we can delete posts now. And you can see that it's gone. What else? Let me check the time, 1 hour 20. So let me know if you like this kind of tutorials. Okay, that I will try to take my time and do all that. So let me I'm thinking about the update. Okay, you know what? I'm going to close. I'm going to upload this right now, so you can have it during the weekend, and I will add the update later. Okay, because I don't want this to be too lengthy, and I don't know how I'm going to. Okay, let me check something. Mm. Mm. Well, I guess I'll be doing that. Oh, it's almost okay. Fuck it, let's do it. And you generate component, C for component, and that is post. Okay, let's generate another component, and let's do some more things with this. And you serve, and let's add a link into this. So well, let's add a button. Let me see if I can, because I've been wrote a link. Go to post. We don't have anything there, so let me just check if it's calling the cannot match any route. Okay, so the route is going to be we need to add a component. We already have the component post. Let's do the same thing. I wasn't planning of adding anything else, but let's do this post dash no that routing that module .ts. Let me copy this, Control C. Okay, so let's change this to post, and it's going to have the post component that is inside the post.component file, and we need to specify that is what we are calling. Okay, let's go to post again and add the post.module.ts because we need that. Let me copy the module we have here, and we're going to pass also, we need also the form. If I remember, I'm going to add the update, so we need that post, use a simple form. Okay, I'm just changing all this by hand. I know there's a feature that allows to, but I'm not going to do that, so you can check what I'm changing. So, and we need to add that inside our app routing module. So let's just copy this one and follow that structure. So it's going to have the post, and we expect an ID. So it's going to have the post post that module post and post module. So let's copy that. Let's save that. And in my configuration, I can start with slash sorry. Okay. So it's going to go post. Okay, now the route is post and the name of that. Let me remove this. Let me keep that inside. So let me go to main component. So it's looking for path. Now it's going to have post and the params is going to be post that payload that doc that id. So let's see what happens if I'm correct. Okay, what's going on? Post component was added because I added that using the same. So it's inside two modules, and that cannot be. Okay, go to post. We're going to post and the ID of the post. So let's go to our post works. Let's just copy what we have here. It's going to be update post. It's going to have the same values, the same name. So let's go to main and copy the validators and things. Let me close this. We don't need that now. Also this one. Also this one. And let me open the post module. Nope, the post component. So we need to import our forms and things. We also need to import, let me copy this, my Firebase service. Okay, I know this is kind of a little fast, but it's just the same thing we did before. Just copy that and have the same instance, the same name for the instance. And you also need the form. So let's copy the form. Let's save that. And let's see what happens. Okay, so here we are inside our form. Okay, so we need to change this to be the input, else okay, it still doesn't have the functionality of the post. And we need to go inside our service, first service, and call the update public update post. We're almost at the end, so don't worry. Post object is going to have also a post object that is going to be an object, and it's going to right now just console that log that post object just for testing. No, so main component is already, I think it's already done, and I might need, okay, let me see what I need. So let's go back here. I can add another post. Let's say second post. This is the second post. Nope. Create post. Okay, I need this to change. Okay, I know what I need. I already changed this one, but it's not getting anything. Add post is not a function since it's update post. It's going to pass the post value, and okay, main component, let's remove that. Main component, let's remove that, and let's work with this. So this is our post component. So let's say public update post is going to have also the form post object that is going to be from data, and let's call this that, since we are getting our Firebase service that update post, since we added that function and it's expecting an object, so let's add the object into that, and let's I'm returning that. No, I'm just consoling. Okay, so let's see, this is the update post, so it's calling that. So let's just remove this and let's actually return this that post collection that let me check. Because I don't want to miss that, since we are almost at the end. I don't want to have any problem with that. So let me just check. Source app. I just need a service. That's all I need. Firebase service. Wait. I'm not uploading. Updating the post on any other repo. What the hell? Just to have the structure. I'm still checking source app. Okay, just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm checking just my repos. First of service. I should have an update. No. Delete post. Create post. Nope, I don't have any update. Okay. Let's say AngularFire, because I can't remember how it was. AngularFire update. I just need a function. Okay. So I should be able to pass this post collection.doc. I require the doc ID. I don't require the object. I do require the object, but I also need the post ID. So there's a little problem here that I need my. Let me check something. This is just the last function we need to add. Up. And boom. I had it. Okay, I have it here. Forgot that it was on my first repo. Okay. I just need a service. Just open the fucking service. Okay. Finally. Yep. I need two things here. So I need first the post object. Well, before that, I need the post ID. I do need the post ID because I need to tell Firestore what it needs to change or update. So this function is going to have the post ID and also the post object. What is going on? Okay, it's still expecting one argument, so let's change that. So let's change that to post ID, and sorry, it's going to be a string. So we need to add the post ID to the document. We need to provide that, and then we need to call update and pass the next object that is going to be post object. So we're going to take everything from the form and just pass it again. Okay, so we need a way to get what we have inside. We still are not displaying anything here. We need to display the title and the body. So let me go to this thing, and we need something that Angular provides us, that is the activated route. We need to import the activated route in order to check the URL we are into. Okay, so also we need this route inside our constructor. I'm just copying and pasting that. Okay, so this is going to be like this. Okay, let me check this. I'm going to create a public function, not function, don't be stupid. I'm going to create here just current ID. Okay, any, but it's going to be this that route that why, because it's not okay. Let me then add it down here. That snapshot, okay, is a property that we need the param map, that is a property, sorry, and we need to get what we need to get. We need to get the value, the name of the value. What is the name of the value? Well, you will get that here. This is the name we are looking for. Okay, so let's just say ID. Okay, and let's just say this here, console.log this that current ID. Let's save that and let's continue. Okay, so you can see on the console we have VM, VML, and all that shit. Okay, so we already know which post we are in. So let's change this. How can I do it? Can I just I think I did that. Yes, because I don't need to pass. I don't need to pass this one here. So let me go to. I'm passing that. I really don't need. I do need this one here, okay? But I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to return anything here, okay? And I know this thing is expecting another argument. So this argument is going to be the current ID, since that is what I am getting from the URL. But we still have another problem. We need to get the information. So let's go to the service. So let me add this. Delete the service, not the post. And this one is update the post. And let's add here get the current post. Let's say public get post. We're going to pass the ID. Okay, since we need that, post ID is going to be a string. I will need to say return this that post collections that doc post ID that let's just get value changes. Okay, yeah, and let's see how it works. So still here we need to call on engine init this that lol no this that Firebase service that get data get post and this that current ID. So that subscribe yeah, let me check something. Because main nope, ts yeah, that is what I was thinking. So I'm going to do the next thing. I'm going to remove this and let's say public, okay, get values from get values. Let's just say get values. We need to add the values to our form, okay? So we need to say inside this get values this that Firebase service, okay, that was what I was checking, get post this that current ID. We need to subscribe now to that and get the post, okay. So now we need to set the form values to the properties inside the post. Okay, so we need to do that. Let's come back here. Okay, so now how we can do that? We say this that the name of our form, that is post form that, okay, set value, and onto that we need to pass an object and tell it, okay, for the title we need the next thing, the next value that is going to be post that payload that okay, it's telling me there's nothing. Okay, this should work. Let me check that payload that data is saying payload is type object. Okay, okay. Okay, Let me check something. If I'm getting the thing correctly. Post. Ah, this that get values. We need to. Okay. Oh yeah. Because I'm passing value changes, not snapshot changes. So let's actually come back here. Okay, so this is wrong. This is just looking for title, post title, so it stops complaining. Body, post body, and right now we can just add get values to the ng on init. Okay, we have the values. Second post updated. Second post now updated. Update post. Okay. We don't see anything. Let's check. Second post updated. Okay. Let's just on submit. Where is my that? Then just response, and let's just say this that post form that reset. Just reset the form after we submit, after we update that. Updated. Let's say updated. Okay, we don't need to reset the form. We might just need to use the router. Let's add that here. And just say this that router that navigate to the main route. Okay, you can see that we are getting now inside our main route after we navigate, we update, and we are being redirected to this page. So that's it. Let's create another one for good measure. Third post. This is the third post. Create post. It gets added. If you want me to add pagination, we can have another tutorial of how to add pagination. It's going to have another module. I'm not going to use anything, because it's easier, and most of the times you will just need to break all these into different pages. Okay, so we'll change that. So we can delete the post. Let's delete this one, and we're getting an error. Post component 36. Okay, we should unsubscribe. So we're getting okay. Let's call this one. I think it's import from RxJS. Is that right? Subscription. Firestore subscription is going to be a type subscription. This stat Firestore subscription is going to be equal to this, and we need to add the onDestroy. onDestroy. We need to implement also the onDestroy, and we need to implement this one here, ng onDestroy. This stat subscription that unsubscribe. So that should get rid. So let's go to post. Let's update that. We're getting redirected. Let's delete that post. And the error is gone. Let's delete this post just to make sure, and the error is gone. So you need to unsubscribe to this because it's still open. Okay. And yeah, you need to import subscription from RxJS to make this subscription variable, and to store all this subscription into this variable. And when the component is unmounted, like when we are here redirected, we just destroy the component, the subscription I mean, and we get this. So let's just add something and that. Okay, so if you want me to add more things to this, let me know, and let me go to this one. Okay, almost 2 hours, but I think you will get the idea. Since we are using all the CRUD functionality, we are using subscription, we're using services, so you will get the idea pretty fast of how to use Firebase and Angular. So yeah, see you on the next one.